Today I'll be telling you guys my review of Andor episodes 4 through 6 and also giving a couple LEGO set ideas for them. Let's talk about it. So yes guys, welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars set ideas video for Andor episodes 4 through 6. I like to do these for almost every single Star Wars TV show. I started this of course with the first 3. Not too much going on. Disney did not really give me much to talk about for those first 3. You guys kind of already know my opinion on those, but I also want to give my opinion on these next 3. And for what it's worth, it actually kind of works, with Andor, because each 3 episodes is kind of like its own block, so it's perfect to kind of make a kind of a recap video, again, like LEGO wise and just like my honest review as a Star Wars fan. So I'm going to continue to do these. Hopefully the next 2 blocks, episodes 7 through 12, hopefully they get a little bit better. You guys will hear my review, at the end of this. I'm going to go over a couple quick LEGO set ideas, and then we'll get into the reviews. Even though I know this video is going to be pretty dry, I know the first one was pretty dry, hopefully the next 2 aren't dry. I like to do these though just because there's a lot of people in my YouTube comments, Instagram messages, that always ask me, for my reviews of the current running, Star Wars show. And, I can't always reply to everyone, there's a lot of people just to reply, kind of the same thing too. So, whether it's an Instagram story or maybe the occasional YouTube community post, I like to do these videos here to kind of give you guys my full expressional thoughts, for a couple minutes. And so that's why, these videos are coming out. Hopefully the last 2, hopefully, Andor can close off good and these videos can get a little bit better. But nonetheless, guys, we got some set ideas in here and also my full review at the end. So stay tuned for that, guys. Again, it's all my opinion. Don't hate me for it, but I know some of you guys might because, spoiler alert, I do not think it's the best yet. So just like the first 3 episodes, guys, there's not really too much LEGO-oriented stuff they can make. So, in my opinion, guys, again, unless they make a completely, Andor-centric scene, based off, the base they were attacking, or the camp they're in, or, Stellan Skarsgård's, ship, there's not much more to it aside for possibly a TIE fighter. But again, they make so many TIE fighters, to have an Andor-centric one, I kind of doubt that. So in my opinion, I think it's almost a wash. I think so far for the entire Andor series, genuinely the only set that they could have ever made, they didn't make it. So I give LEGO props for that. But I guess a TIE fighter, again, make it a nice bigger TIE fighter, TIE fighter pilot, maybe 2 of those, mud troopers, just the regular Imperial troopers with no, stormtrooper armor on, and then, that one, kind of admiral or corporal guy or whatever, Although I guess maybe you would want to include one, main character, maybe just include Andor in there, since, again, spoiler alert, there's gonna be full spoilers in this review. I mean, that's how I, do these, just so you guys know. So click off if you guys don't want to get any spoilers yet, but there's not really anything to spoil. But the other supposed main characters, I guess weren't really main characters, but I guess it kind of makes sense because, again, 3 episode blocks. So, we're moving into the next 3 right now, which presumably take place a little bit after, probably a week or 2 after, if not a little bit more. I'm not too sure how they're doing the timeline exactly. I don't know if that's only season 2. Couldn't really tell. Was episodes 3 until 4, was there a time gap in there at all? Like, a major one or not? I'm not too sure. So I guess we'll move on to the review aspect of this video because I'm kind of going off on a tangent right now already. Definitely going to try to keep this as least negative as possible, but my initial thoughts, guys, is I'm not too satisfied with the show so far. So again, I've been a Star Wars fan for about 14 years right now. And for the most part, enjoy a lot of Star Wars stuff. Like, genuinely, the only stuff I can honestly say I dislike from Star Wars is episodes 8, episodes 9, Visions, then also the Resistance. So those are, truthfully, now that I'm thinking about it, the only 4 pieces of Star Wars content that I genuinely dislike and just can't watch again and don't like what they did. I mean, Kenobi is pretty close to it. Kenobi's pretty close, but there's a few redeeming aspects of Kenobi where, for what it's worth, they did the bare minimum. It didn't really work too well, but they didn't ruin it, I feel. You get what I'm saying? Same with Book of Boba Fett. In retrospect, I actually really like Book of Boba Fett. I'm not gonna lie. That's not capping at all. I think I'm probably on Book of Boba Fett, maybe at a 7 out of 10, which beforehand, when the finale happened, I'm like, what did I watch? But now looking back at Kenobi and then Andor so far, I feel like I really kind of missed the Book of Boba Fett era. So Andor so far, guys, for me, again, I can't really say it's a bad show. I can't just sit here and say that. But what I will say, at least in my opinion, it does not feel like Star Wars to me. It just doesn't. We have to keep in mind though, it's a spin-off of a spin-off. So already Rogue One was pretty far away from being a regular Star Wars movie. So we have to take into account that's already a little bit lower than Andor is pretty much all the way to the bottom. I mean, this thing is literally, you take out the word Andor, you take out Andor as a character, and legitimately, there's nothing Star Wars about it. There's no other characters we know. basically no other uniforms. You know, if they would have cut out those ISB scenes, you know, those Imperial officers, that's literally, you wouldn't even be able to tell other than that. I mean, there's no other Star Wars aspects of this show aside for a TIE fighter they threw in episode 5 and a couple TIE fighters in episode 6. This is the first show basically in history where I've actually found myself for these last 3 episodes actually clicking the 10-second skip button on my Disney Plus. You know, I'm literally just sitting there, I'm like, come on, like, I get to something, you know what I mean? Just a little something, like, instead of just walking around, like, it literally, even in episode 6, it took him 35 minutes just to even get in the base, it seemed like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was what episode 5 was for. I mean, episode 5, it took him literally 40 minutes to walk from, like, the top of the mountain to, like, over here. So I'm just not really fully getting into it yet. The trailer had me super hyped. You know, I feel like 9 times out of 10, whenever I like a trailer for a movie or a TV show for any genre, more than likely, I like that movie then. You know, there's been plenty of, you know, those things where, you know, I'm in a movie watching a Marvel movie, I see a trailer for just some random movie, and, you know, the trailer catches my eye, I go to see the movie and I love it. You know, prime example, like Tenet, Ready Player One, literally the Darkest Minds movie from 2018. Like, I mean, that movie made no money. Like, no one likes that movie, but I personally did. I liked the trailer for it. I walked in there and I loved the movie. So, you know, so for me to like the Andor trailer a lot, I mean, I watched that thing probably 150 times, and for me to be kind of disappointed so far, I don't know. It's just, I really hope these last 6 episodes get a little bit more Star Wars-y to me. We saw Death Troopers in the, you know, in the trailer and everything. We saw, you know, Clone Troopers. So we're halfway through right now, guys. And one last thing I'm nervous about for the Andor series going into these last 6 episodes is, in my personal opinion, I don't know about you guys, again, bottom line of it on this show, I really feel like Andor is the least interesting part of the entire show right now. Like, him himself, and especially that crew he is with, I just, in my opinion, I found that was completely boring. I loved, you know, Andor and Rogue One. I loved the entire Rogue One movie. Again, I've always said this, Rogue One is my 2nd favorite Star Wars movie ever. You know, it goes Revenge of the Sith, Rogue One, Return of the Jedi. So I've literally got prequel, Disney era, and original trilogy in my top 3. I don't think that top 3 is ever going to be able to be changed. It's just, you know, due to what Disney's doing these days. But I don't know what it is, but I feel like Diego Luna, that plays Andor in this show, something about him is just really making me just not like the character. Like, he's not necessarily acting bad, but they're really not giving him, like, literally any material to work with. He's just such a dull character in this show. You know, I feel like in Rogue One he had legit personality. Like, he showed emotion, he had personality, he would talk to people like normal. I don't know, again, I think it's the time era we're in Star Wars also. We've never really seen this. So without rambling on too much more, guys, I mean, that's everything for this video. Again, hopefully in 3 weeks from now, when you know, when the next 3 episodes come out, hopefully I can come back more positive. Hopefully there's going to be actual set ideas, and hopefully I can give it an honest review. But I think so far as a series right here, maybe a 6, 8 out of 10. I can't give it much more, I don't think. I mean, truthfully, I mean, I've been very bored with it. I mean, for the first time ever on a Star Wars show, I'm skipping 10 seconds ahead for about half the thing. Cut it off here, guys. I do not want to get any more negative. Again, like, I hate to kind of be negative on these videos, but I'm just giving my honest thoughts. And yeah, so there's that, guys. Hopefully Tales of the Jedi will be better, coming out, I think, 2 weeks from now. And I'll see you guys all then. Tomorrow, though, guys, a huge LBS response to. Again, I'm going to film that tonight, and it's going to be literally like 25-30 minutes long. So we'll kind of hopefully make up for today's video, kind of being just kind of a one-off, a little bit of a negative short video, not too much going on. So tomorrow, definitely, you know, hopefully you guys stay tuned for that. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for you guys later. Bye, guys, and stay safe.